So here's what you need to know about Google Podcasts. This is what it looks like on an Android phone. Now this is an older Android phone which was last updated about 3 years ago. If I click into Google Podcasts, then those are the podcasts that I'm subscribed to, and there's more over here. Just like Apple Podcasts, it has trending podcasts, a bunch of recommendations, as you can see, and it goes down and down and down, and it'll continue going down too. So that's all jolly good, and you can also see that it has new episodes that I'm listening to at the moment, and episodes that I've downloaded, and I'll come back on to that later. So you can click into a podcast, you can press the subscribe button if you want to, you can press the play button if you want to, and you can hear a podcast. And there it is playing. So that's exciting. It's got speed control in here as well. So there's the speed control. It's got silence trimming as well, if you like that sort of thing as well. It streams podcasts rather than downloading them, just like Netflix or Spotify, but you can download specific episodes as well for the aeroplane or subway. Now, I'm going to uninstall Google Podcasts just for now. Do I want to uninstall this app? Yes, it's gone. Why am I doing that? Well, I'm doing that for a very good reason. Let's do a Google search, a normal Google search for This American Life. Here we go. This American Life. And there's a standard Google search. But you've noticed something on the screen. You've noticed that there are play buttons here. Now, I do not have Google Podcasts installed on this device anymore. So let's press the play button and, oh look, it's actually playing.
Support for This American Life comes from Squarespace.
Now, it's saying that I should get the app, but you've noticed that it's already playing in the app. That's because the Google Podcasts player is actually pre-installed in any Android phone, as long as it's running Android 4.1 or above. Over 98% of Android phones are running that. And the Google Podcasts player, well, it's part of the Google app, which is installed on any Android phone. Well, here's another example. I'm going to go back to Google, and instead I'm going to search for Wall Street Journal. Wall Street Journal Instant Message. There's Wall Street Journal Instant Message, which I'm going to click into. Now, this is a very good, well-designed website from the Wall Street Journal. It's a new podcast of theirs, and you've noticed that there are two buttons down here, one for Apple Podcasts and one for Google Podcasts. Now, you know that the Apple Podcasts will always work. Go away, cookie notice. You know that the Apple Podcasts button will always work on an iPhone, right? Well, it's the same with Google Podcasts too. Remember, I don't have the Google Podcasts app installed on this phone anymore, but if I press this button, it will load up and play the podcast, Instant Message. So that's really simple and straightforward. And if you want to get access to the front screen of Google Podcasts, you need to get the app. And getting the app will just take a second, and hey presto, you've got the app installed on your phone as well. So you're probably asking, is my podcast on Google Podcasts? And the answer probably is yes. 97% of all of the podcasts that I tried were on Google Podcasts. But the quick and easy way to find out whether or not you are actually in Google Podcasts is to go to podnews.net. It's been a while since I've used this phone. And then search for your podcast, and that will show whether or not you're listed. So here's podnews.net. Going to do a very quick search for, I don't know, Rule of Three. It's my favorite podcast of the moment. I've clicked on there, and you've noticed here that there is your podcast page, and you've noticed that there's a Listen on Google Podcasts button, and that is only there if you're listed in Google Podcasts. And if you are a real fan, you can go down into the link badge generator here, and this will show you all of the code that you need to copy onto your website to add both the Listen on Google Podcast button and the official Listen on Apple Podcasts button. And just an obvious thing, these buttons aren't in competition with each other because Apple Podcasts only works on Apple phones and Google Podcast only works on Google's Android phones. So if you have both of those buttons on your website, they're not fighting with each other because they aren't in competition. So this is what Google Podcasts looks like. The fact that it plays without anything installed is really important because it means that it's simple and straightforward for your listeners to listen to your podcast. And that's what it's all about.